Dude, how long is our DM gonna take? He's just been sitting there for the last 10 minutes. I don't even know what he's doing. Hey, dude, we're ready to play. Oh, right. Sorry, guys. Oh, hey, what's wrong, man? Oh, I don't know. It's just... With all the controversies that have been happening with Wizards of the Coast, I'm starting to wonder if we should be playing a new system. Well, I don't really want to learn a different system. We already know the rules to this game. Let's just keep playing it. Yeah, I know you guys are right. I just wish that we could...
Agent Milton, Pinkerton Detective.
Come on. How are we gonna get out of here? I don't know, man. Look, if we don't make it through this, I want you to know, you really need a haircut. What? Due to recent events involving Wizards of the Coast, there are a lot of players who are finding it difficult to justify continuing to support the company and are now looking for new systems to play. Now this is a good thing. New systems gaining popularity allow us to get different experiences compared to 5e. But also, competition forces Wizards of the Coast to improve their product to stay on the top. Or it should, right? Shouldn't a superior product do better? If there's a game more fun than 5e, why aren't we playing it? Well, there are game systems that are better than 5e, and we aren't playing them, at least not to a rate that Wizards of the Coast cares about. 5e makes up more than 50% of the games on Roll20. Let's compare that to their biggest competitor, Pathfinder. How much do you think they get? 10%? 30%? Well, it's actually just about 5%. No one even compares to the size of D&D in this space. There are many reasons why this is the case, and it's mainly the player's fault, and especially my fault. Now, I play D&D with a lot of players who really wouldn't consider themselves a part of the hobby. And by that I mean they're playing this particular game of D&D because it's something to do with friends. And even if they have fun with this game, that doesn't necessarily mean that they'll have any interest in playing any more campaigns in the future. Super Geek Mike has a great video on this, so I'll put that video in the card if you want to see that. One of the only reasons that these players are even at my table is because of the brand recognition of Dungeons & Dragons. They've got a vague idea of how the game works from Stranger Things or that one episode of Community, and decided it looks fun enough to try out. Most of these players just aren't interested in playing a different TTRPG. In fact, a lot of them probably don't even know that there are other TTRPGs than Dungeons & Dragons. Due to my circumstances, I need these players to run my games. I just don't know enough people. And if they're only interested in playing D&D, then it's have a group I can play D&D with, or not have enough people for a group to play anything. Okay, now, it's about time I stop calling out my players and start calling out myself. It's only fair. The second group of players is one that I admittedly fall into. The group that doesn't want to learn a new system because, well, it's a new system. I spent the last good handful of years learning D&D. And even to this day, I forget basic things like how the dodge action works. Do you know how the dodge action works? Pathfinder sounds like a great system, but by switching systems, I'll have to relearn everything I know how to play another fantasy game. This is the issue to me. I have no problem trying out Call of Cthulhu or Star Wars Edge of the Empire because these systems allow me to play totally different games that D&D just isn't built for. But that also means that if I'm looking to get my fantasy fix, I'm just gonna go to D&D every time. Sites like Reddit and Twitter are really powerful for getting information out there about the bad things companies are doing. Wizards of the Coast's most recent controversies didn't just exist in our communities, but made it into the mainstream. I had people who knew nothing about D&D who are asking me what this OGL drama thing was about. And with our outcry, we were able to get Wizards of the Coast to fix things. But did it really matter? Boycotting is one of the most powerful tools that we have as consumers to tell a company we don't like what they're doing. But it doesn't always work. I live in Canada. two companies own nearly every single grocery store in the country, and you want to get internet that's owned by one of two major companies. If both internet companies decide they're going to raise their prices unfairly, what are you going to do about it? There's no one else to go to. The same is true for D&D. Like I said before, on Roll20, D&D 5e makes up more than half the games. When you have 50% market share, basically your word is law, especially in tabletop games where players need a game master who will run the game, and game masters need players who are willing to play it. A lot of us don't really have a choice in what game we're going to play. You can say for now that you aren't going to subscribe to D&D Beyond, but if you're a dungeon master and you have multiple players who want subclasses and books that they don't own, you're now stuck between having fun with friends and making your political statement. Wizards of the Coast has such a big market share that it's nearly impossible to avoid them. Even the largest third-party creators like Kobold Press make so much additional 5e content. And why? Because all the players are there. Even if D&D screws over Kobold Press and tries to take more money out of them, as long as all the players are there, unless D&D just makes it illegal to make third-party content, they're gonna keep doing it. And for content creators, I guess I'm a content creator, am I? I don't know, I have 30 subs. Why do you think YouTubers put D&D and Dungeon Master into the title of their videos, even though the video is applicable to all TTRPGs? It's because it's where the players are. Why are all the players still there? Because, well, everyone's making content for it and everyone's pushing it. And yes, I understand I'm calling myself out right now. And so, is there anything that can be done? Wizards of the Coast now knows that they just need to be a little more subtle when trying to screw us over. And it won't really matter in the long run, because we'll keep playing, because that's where our friends are. We're all going to keep playing the same game because it's the one we like, and they're going to continue their shady practices. Is there no hope? Not necessarily. While the exodus of new players to Pathfinder might not be enough to affect D&D sales now, there is a growing sentiment in the community that we're getting tired of D&D. The game is bloated with content at this point, with overpowered spells that just get more and more overpowered with every book that comes out. You now need to spend $1,000 to catch up on all the books that you're supposed to get, many of the most recent not being very good. And on top of that, all of 1D&D is just looking to be more of the same. A lot of players are ready for a new system. But if not Pathfinder, then what? What company could have a great reputation with the community and brand recognition amongst tens of millions of people, and they're building a new TTRPG that will give players a fresh start that we desperately need? Oh wait, we really don't know enough about Critical Role's upcoming RPG Daggerheart for me or anyone to take guesses on the impact it will have on the gaming industry. But I feel strongly that this has the potential to take another small chunk out of D&D's market share. I can only speak to personal experience, but I haven't really had any interest in getting into Pathfinder for a multitude of reasons. But there's just something that feels different about this. It might be because it's a new system and it's Critical Role. It just feels like a good opportunity to throw out all the bloat and crap we've been stuck with in 5e and go for something new. I've been very upfront with the people that I play my current D&D campaign with that when we're done this one, I plan on taking a break from D&D to run new systems, one of which I very intend to be Daggerheart. And are they going to get 50% of the market share? No. And I might sound contradictory because before I said that Wizards doesn't have to care because they have so much control. However, people are going to continue to leave for new games if Wizards doesn't get their act together. And, I mean, this is Wizards. They're not going to get their act together. Thank you so much for watching this video. This one was a bit of a harder one for me because it kept ending on a really sad and bleak note, and I really wanted to be more positive. If you want to see more videos like these, you can subscribe to stay updated. And for returning viewers, Monday's video is going to be a bit different to the type of video that I've uploaded thus far. I've been overworking myself a little bit trying to get these type of videos out, and I feel like I could produce them at a much better quality if I had a week to work on them instead of having to think of a new idea every couple of days. Either way, I hope you stick around to see what I'm working on and let me know how you feel. Thanks again. This is the end of the video.